Okay, right now I'm going to give you my excuses for not making a video in a couple weeks. 1, I'm at college, which means I have a life. 2, I'm at college, so I have homework and studying to do, which 3, barely even gives me time to sleep, so I don't really have time to make videos all too often, but today's one of those rare occasions that I have the opportunity. So, a big thing that's going on in my life right now is lack of sleep. And in psychology, it's kind of funny. Today we were learning about sleep and sleep deprivation. So I think I'm going to tell you a little bit about the psychology of sleep. Well, I mean, it's not very psychological. It's just some stuff you probably didn't know about sleep. And I'm going to inform you on that right now. Okay, so right now kind of turned into 2 days later, but here we go, right now. Okay, I'm going to start out with the definition of sleep right now. I thought it was kind of interesting how my textbook worded it. Sleep is the periodic, natural, reversible loss of consciousness as distinct from unconsciousness resulting from a coma, general anesthesia, or hibernation. Hallucinations are defined as false sensory experiences such as seeing something in the absence of an external visual stimuli. Basically, an example of this would be when you're kind of falling asleep and you have that sensation that you're falling and your whole body spazzes, and for me, sometimes you fall off the couch. Yeah, that's what's going on. Okay, let's talk about REM sleep. REM stands for rapid eye movement, a recurring sleep stage during which vivid dreams commonly occur. This is also known as paradoxical sleep because the muscles are relaxed, but all other body systems are active. Basically, that means you're paralyzed during stage 5, well, REM stage of sleep. And I know you're thinking that, hey, no, that's wrong. I totally roll around and kick and stuff in my sleep. Well, that happens in stages other than REM or stage 5. Okay, now that I told you what REM sleep is, I'll tell you what happens during REM sleep. Well, you know, basically in the definition before, it's when you have your really vivid, crazy dreams. Also, your heart rate rises, your breathing becomes rapid and irregular, and about every half minute or so, your eyes start around in a momentary burst of activity behind closed lids. Yeah, that's cool. If you find someone asleep on the couch, or your spouse, or whomever, just watch their eyes. Or their eyelids, I guess. Don't peel their eyelids back, so that'll probably wake them up or bother them or something. But just watch for a while, and you'll start to see it that every half minute or so, their eyes will just kind of start going crazy. And it's cool, so check that out sometime. Did you know that the sleep cycle repeats itself about every hour and a half, so basically about every 90 minutes, which is a really good way to plan when you go to bed and what time you're going to wake up, because if you'll notice that sometimes you're just ready to get out of bed and other times it takes a little bit. That may be because of the amount of sleep you receive, but if you're getting about the same amount of sleep each night and it's confusing you as to why this happens, it's because you're waking up during a stage of sleep that's particularly hard for you to wake up out of. Usually REM sleep, it's good for the cycle to go through and then you wake up, so try to plan out your night by hour and a half increments. And if you're going to sleep, I know they say take about a 20-minute nap, but if you can't, just take an hour and a half nap. I'm giving you an excuse to sleep in longer or to take a longer nap, so you're welcome. Let's talk about sleep deprivation, because that's what I'm going through, and hopefully I don't get some of these symptoms. Sleep deprivation leads to vulnerability to obesity. It suppresses your immune cells, alters metabolic and hormonal functioning in ways that mimic aging and are conducive to hypertension and memory impairment. You become irritable, your performance slows down, your creativity, concentration, and communication is impaired, and you have slow reaction times. And obviously for me, I can't read if I don't get enough sleep, I guess. Yeah, so get your sleep. Let's talk about sleep disorders. Yay! Okay, do you know what it's called when you have recurring problems in falling asleep or staying asleep? Not occasional, but persistently. Okay, I can't wait for you. It's insomnia. Yeah, so basically don't have a hard time falling asleep one night and be like, oh, I have insomnia. It's something that happens regularly. I think most people have heard of the next disease. It's called narcolepsy. It's basically when you can't control when you fall asleep, and it can happen at really inopportune times. But can you imagine these people can't drive cars because they could fall asleep and kill people or kill themselves or cause a big accident or fire or explosion. Explosion. That reminds me of Wheezy Waiter. Oh well. Anyway, sleep apnea is something you usually don't know you have unless you share the bed with someone because you don't remember waking up during the night. Sleep apnea is not just waking up during the night, or else pretty much everyone would have sleep apnea. It's when your airway becomes closed off and you stop breathing for even up to a minute. Hi.
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 Oh, I'm sorry. Were you...
No, it's fine.
Okay, sorry. Hold
It
on.
was just like really
I'm
fast.
so sorry.
That's
Let
fine.
me add in your hair.
Cool.
Hold on.
Sleep apnea is something people generally don't know they have unless they share their bed with someone, and I'll explain it in like 30 seconds. Sleep apnea is basically when your airways get blocked off during the night and you can stop breathing for up to a minute, and then your body kind of freaks out and it wakes itself up. This can happen, you know, many times throughout the night or continuously all night. But you never remember waking up and stuff, so basically you don't know you have it until you share the bed with someone. Night terrors. Now, they really do have a right for being called night terrors. It's really sad, I think. It's a sleep disorder characterized by high arousal and an appearance of being terrified. Unlike nightmares, night terrors occur during stage 4 sleep within 2 or 3 hours of falling asleep and are seldom remembered. This happens a lot in kids. Basically, it's a lot more intense than just a nightmare. The kid, well, I mean, not just kids have it, but it's usually with them a lot. You just get really scared and, you know, terrified. And I've seen videos of it. I'm sure you could look it up on YouTube. Night terrors you can find on YouTube. Well, you can't find night terrors on YouTube. You can find videos of night terrors on YouTube. Basically, you'll see images of kids just in the middle of the night sitting straight up in bed right away and just screaming. I mean, can you imagine if you're a parent and your kid just starts screaming? Or if you just went and got a glass of water late at night and you're walking back to your room and you see you're passing your kid's bedroom or your brother's bedroom or your sister's bedroom or something and they just pop up in bed and start screaming at the top of their lungs. That's scary and that's unfortunate to have. Because I wouldn't want that, would you? No. Stop thinking that's cool. I know there's someone out there who's like, that's cool. No, you mean it's interesting because I don't think that would be cool to have. Okay, so my textbook has little quotes on the side. This one comes from Stanford sleep researcher William Dement in 1997. It says, Tiger Woods said that one of the best things about his choice to leave Stanford for the professional golf circuit was that he could now get enough sleep. I think we all know he's getting enough sleep. That's all I'm saying about that. Let's take a little survey. You're going to answer true or false to the following statements. 1. I need an alarm clock in order to wake up at the appropriate time. 2. It's a struggle for me to get out of bed in the morning. 3. Weekday mornings I hit the snooze bar several times to get more sleep. Guilty. 4. I feel tired, irritable, and stressed out during the week. 5. I have trouble concentrating and remembering. 6. I feel slow with critical thinking, problem solving, and being creative. I never have problems being creative. Wow, I'm so humble. Okay, 7. I often fall asleep watching TV. Dad. 8. I often fall asleep in boring meetings or lectures or in warm rooms. 9. I often fall asleep after heavy meals or after a low dose of alcohol. 10. I often fall asleep while relaxing after dinner. 11. I often fall asleep within 5 minutes of getting into bed. 12. I often feel drowsy while driving. 13. I often sleep extra hours on weekend mornings. 14. I often need a nap to get through the day. 15. I have dark circles under or around my eyes. Okay, count up how many trues you had. Okay, I'm done waiting. If you answered true to 3 or more items, you probably are not getting enough sleep. Yeah, so try to get to bed earlier. Turn off the TV. Dad. Just saying. I love you, Daddy. Okay, this is a really long video and I apologize, but thanks for watching all the way through. Quick announcement. Yesterday it was negative 20 degrees outside. I suggest if it's that cold where you are, eat ramen noodles and drink hot chocolate because it really helped thaw my body. It was good and delicious. Okay, I'm gonna go. Bye.